Welcome to the Music Retail Show. Fun, engaging, educational conversations for the musical instrument community. The Music Retail Show is brought to you by MIRC LLC, providing solutions for the musical instrument community by being a reliable source for diverse music products. If you need inventory for your music store, pawn shop, or e-commerce site, go to mircweb.com to find out more.
All right, here we are, man. First day of NAMM.
Yeah.
Summer NAMM, and I'm sitting here with Allen McBroom from Backstage Music. Yeah, man, I see your pass. I got the name right. You know, that's something I'm always concerned with. But
you're so professional.
Yeah, that's right, Allen. Allen, man, you've been a longtime friend of MIRC, and we appreciate that. And it's great to talk to you again. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. If I was any better, I'd have to be twins.
Oh man, I've never heard that one before. I'm gonna have to use that one.
Feel free. It's not copyrighted.
Okay. Yeah. So, man, how you enjoying NAMM so far?
Well, it's smaller than usual crowd.
Yeah.
Smaller than usual exhibitor list.
Mm-hmm.
But that's good.
Okay.
Because usually I leave here thinking, wow, there's a lot of stuff I didn't get to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Today I'm going to see everything.
Okay.
And I'm going to have time to stop and talk to the small booths I usually don't get to talk to.
Okay.
And that's a real positive.
Okay, yeah. So you're seeing a lot of the exhibitors that are here are the manufacturers that you want to have conversations with.
I think so, because a lot of the big boys stayed home.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the flash and the glam of NAMM is not here this time.
Mm-hmm.
That lets the small booths, the little guys, shine.
That's right.
And I think they're going to take home bumper crop orders as a result.
Yeah.
They're not overshadowed by the big three or the big five, whatever the number is this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And you've always been a supporter of small business.
Oh, of course, I'm a small business.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for all the people who don't get to experience the glory of coming in a small store like mine, or the thousands of others just like it across America and across the world.
That's right.
They've only got a big store. They've got a box store. They have a store staffed by people who don't realize just how tied their ability to pay their rent is to making the customer happy.
Yeah.
We're not doing 10,000 sales a day.
Yeah.
We're doing 30.
Mm-hmm.
Every sale is precious, and you get a different vibe when you go into a store like that.
That's right. That's right. Now, are you still a part of the iMSO?
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay. How's that? How is the iMSO doing right now?
iMSO is doing great. We picked up a lot of new members, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When stores were closed, they looked for new information, and they found us, and we had a lot of membership applications to process, which we did. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot more members. We're around 450 right now.
Okay.
And these new members are bringing in new ideas and strengthening for us a lot of the established ideas about how we should be operating. And it's good to have outside confirmation of what we already think.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Now, were you doing things during the year, last year, that was appealing to people to come be a part of the iMSO? Support groups, people that, just need help. I mean, last year was a weird year. A lot of smaller stores probably had to adapt.
Oh, yeah.
So
a lot of stores had to scale back.
Yeah.
Or change their hours, or pick anything off a menu of odd changes. Mm-hmm. And that was the retail world last year.
Yeah.
And we didn't do anything different. We just kept doing what we do, and that brought new members in.
Yeah.
We had some interesting discussions about PPP money, SBA loans.
Okay.
Dealing with government mandates. You're talking to a guy in one state, and they're open. You're talking to another guy who sees no hope on the horizon for their store being open again.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
And it was fascinating.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking in some instances.
I can imagine.
But for the most part, small stores are very resilient. They're very flexible. They took this as a challenge. Mm-hmm. The government may shut down our door so we can't open up. But you know what? We're going to go online. We're going to do this. A lot of stores surged online.
Yeah.
and stayed up late and burned the midnight oil, and suddenly they're a new online presence.
Yeah, that's right.
How cool.
Well, and part of that too, I really wanted to have a conversation with you about the idea of what did small music stores need to do to adapt? How did that change how you bought product to sell? What were some of the challenges that you guys had in that area?
Well, inventory evaporated.
Yeah.
Now let me rephrase that. Our normal channels of inventory evaporated. Our normal supply lines evaporated. To varying degrees, some lines were completely out. Other lines were gone. There were a lot of puzzling moments when we thought, where are we going to get cable? Where are we going to get instruments? Where are we going to get this? Where are we going to get that? So, if you're realizing that your normal channels are strained or under duress and they can't supply you as usual, the only thing you can do is look outside your normal lines. We found ourselves short on guitars. So we looked around at reps who had contacted us in years past about small lines. And we picked up a fantastic guitar line that was very similar to a line we already had, but it filled holes in the store, and it was profitable. It had a great margin. And the price point was attractive. And it turned out they had acoustics.
Okay.
I didn't know this. All of a sudden, we now have more acoustics. And as our other lines began trickling back in, this new line has held their own, and they still have a place in our store, and will continue to have a place.
Okay.
It's a small, lesser-known company, but they've helped us make money in a tough time.
Yeah.
They're our new best girlfriend.
Yeah. That's right. Well, how are you encouraging? I'm sure a lot of people are coming to you going, man, what are you doing? Because maybe you had success with that one line, but maybe not everybody else does. So how are you encouraging other people to create new opportunities with other brands or just other products?
Well, a lot of the old tried and true product model numbers that we've sold forever just aren't available. And there could be a lot of different reasons. Maybe they're on the other side of the ocean and they can't get a shipping container.
That's right.
I was talking to a supplier today. He told me that the shipping container they used to pay $4,200 for.
I know.
Is now north of $20,000.
That's right.
If you win the bid to put your stuff on it.
That's right.
And a lot of that just unbridled greed, I said greed, in the shipping department is driving up prices. It's an artificial price increase, but it's very real when it comes down to dollars. So if you can't get the old tried and true ABC model number, what do? I would say talk to your rep and say, hey, brother, you don't have ABC. You're not going to have ABC anytime in the near future. You can't tell me when the delivery date is. If you were me, what would you buy? And you know what? They got an answer for that.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Now, sometimes they'll even tell you a different product line, a different company, because they know they can't help you in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
They'll say, call old Joe over such and such distributors. They've got a line, and this is it. They've got inventory, he told me last week, and it's a really good replacement for what we've got. When we're back in stock, bring us in, but until then, buy some of this stuff from him. They will actually tell you this. It's helpful if you've already got a good relationship with your rep. I can't stress how critical that is. But when you find a product that is in stock, buy it deep and buy it wide.
See, that's the important part right here that I think a lot of people, they still, sometimes maybe out of fear or too much risk, they think, And then people have a hard time doing that. We do that at MIRC. We tell people all the time, don't buy 3, buy 6, or don't buy 5, buy 10, because you just want to be able to have the product to sell.
Brothers and sisters, listen to my words. And I'm speaking the truth. It ain't 2019. Buy deep and wide.
Yeah.
Okay? Make a PO right now if there's something you're trying to get and you can't get it, and they don't know when it's going to come in. Let me tell you what that means. It means the next container is already sold out.
Yeah.
It means the next container after that is being sold out. Give them a PO and get your name in the hat and get in line. Now, here's another thing I'm going to tell you, and I can't stress this enough. Pay your bills.
That's a big one.
Okay?
That's great. That's great that you said that.
If you've got $100 and you owe $200, send some of that to everybody you owe money to, so you see a inflow. It tells them that you're trying. Because when it's time to apportion that next container and allocate that inventory to dealers, if they see that you're sending money, you're going to be in the top tier of who gets product, not in the bottom tier of we haven't seen any money in 90 days.
Yeah.
Okay? This is a hard topic to talk about. It's very unpopular to talk about being stressed. That's stressful when you can't pay your bills. But let's change that. Instead of saying, I can't pay my bills, I can only pay one guy. Take that money and divvy it up. Send something to everybody. I don't care if it's $50. I don't care if it's $200. Send something to everybody. Let them see that you're alive, that you're on that vendor is on your list to pay.
Yeah.
And include a note. Include a handwritten note with your payment, with your check that says, hey, I'm sending a partial payment because it's what I've got. You're on my list. I'll send more as soon as it comes into me. Thank you for being patient.
Yeah.
They don't get those notes.
Yeah.
And that will mean more to them, and it gives them a warm, fuzzy feeling. It doesn't help their bank account.
Yeah.
But their emotion towards you is going to change.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that matters.
Yeah, it's part of that relationship that you create.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's actually very important. You're right. That's not something that a lot of people talk about as far as what do small business owners or music stores do when cash is short? How to handle that.
Yeah, everybody has gone through this. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Ford, GMC, or Joe and Bob's bait shop and guitar store. You've been through it. Where it's the end of the month, you got a short pile of money and a big pile of bills. Don't send it all to one guy. Don't send it all to your most important guy. Break it up and let everybody have a piece of it, and include a handwritten note. It will make a difference.
Yeah, because truth be told, those people too they're working. They're trying to put food on their table as well.
Yes.
So it's nice to show the gesture that you're thinking of them, that allows them to at least see that you're trying.
Yeah, and if you normally order, when you make out that PO, if you normally order 10 of something to cover you for the next month, order 30.
Yeah.
Because if you get the 30, as soon as you get it, submit another PO. Because by the time they get the stock to fill that next PO, you're going to be getting to the tail end of that first 30 that you got.
Yeah.
Okay? You cannot think like it's 2019, y'all. You just cannot do it.
Yeah, that needs to be a T-shirt. We need to have a T-shirt that says "Stop thinking like it's 2019," because you're right. Things have changed, and I think things have changed faster than what people want them to. You made the comment earlier about selling online and adapting, but also at the same time, that was an easy process for a lot of smaller stores. They thrived off of local business, but then making a shift to where maybe 100% of everything you have needs to be online so that you can keep selling was not an easy task for a lot of people.
That's right. If you're waiting for the product to be in stock, and right now in stock means available. Okay. If you're waiting for that, You may be 2 years out from getting any stock. Send a PO now, whether they have it or not, get your name in line. And ordering it when it's in stock is a bad game plan. It really is.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard. A lot of us have done this for a long time. It's hard to retrain ourselves, but you got to.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to come in and retrain you for you. You've got to take this under your wing and retrain yourself that this is how we're going to do it from now on, and we're going to think ahead. You've got to do that. And I would say this: buy lesser known inventory, lesser known products, lesser known brands. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say there's a model that you've always bought. It's the most popular model in that line in the world. Everybody sells it. Everybody's got it. All of a sudden, it's in short supply, and it sells for $399. Okay, $399. Everybody knows this. They don't have any. Talk to your rep and say, "What's the upgrade from that? Do you have it?" They go, "Well, yeah, we got an upgrade, but it's like $599 or $699. Dadgum, order some."
Yeah.
Because it's a lot better to sell 3 of a $699 item than none of a whole bunch of stuff you cannot get.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But people have a hard time. A lot of business owners have a hard time with that concept, purely because a lot of times you're stuck in ruts. You want to gravitate towards the things you know that will sell. So you try really hard to get those things, and it's a task sometimes to convince people to do exactly what you just said.
You're not going to make it in this industry now in 2021 or whatever future year you're listening to this.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it in this industry if you're doing exactly the same thing and stocking exactly the same way as the other 3,000 independent music stores in the United States of America.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it. It's not going to work. You've got to do something different. You've got to find the lesser known, maybe the completely unknown product. We're here at NAMM. I've seen dozens of small booths that I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
And in years past, I'd walk by and think, okay, they won't be here next year. I saw one of those booths today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I stopped and I visited with them. This is the glory of a small show. I stopped and visited with these folks. I said, "So is it your first time at NAMM?" Fourth. Yeah. I've never talked to them. Today I am.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They've got a fuzz pedal that maps at $99. It is handmade in the United States of America. And it has a margin of 35 points.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who they are. It's up to you to find them.
That's right. They're like, who is it? No.
And it's a great pedal. It sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
You think I've got some on order?
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Now, I've done the first half of my job, which is find the stuff. My regular suppliers, they don't have fuzzes. Mm-hmm. They can't give me a landing date. Mm-hmm. Okay? These people don't have a landing date. They're made in America.
That's right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what am I going to do? When I get this stuff in our store, it's going to be just like that guitar line I found last year. Actually, a guitar line had been pitched to me 3 times by an independent rep, but I kept saying I don't want something that in that price range in my store because it's going to be cheap. It's going to be, have bad fretwork. I don't have a good vibe. Until they were the only people who had inventory. Then I looked at it, and now I wish I'd done it 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, my second half of my job is when this product is in my store, this pedal, this fantastic fuzz pedal is in my store, people are going to come in, and I'm going to say, yeah, I do have a fuzz, but you've never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, am I going to change your life. Sit down, plug your guitar in. I want you to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And they play it, and they're like, it does sound good.
Yeah.
It's $99. And guess what? It's made inside our borders.
Mm-hmm.
It's made in the South. We're in the South. They're not home folks, but they're pretty close.
Yeah.
$99, good margin. How can you go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can go wrong is A, not stocking it, and B, not educating your customers on it.
That's right.
And I plan to do this time and again with other new products that I find this week at NAMM.
Yeah. And that's very important. Actually, that's the other half of it. You know, you said the first half of it was finding the product, reaching out, looking beyond the normal name brands, looking for new opportunities, but then also taking the time to learn the product so you can explain the product and show your customer why it's just as good of a product as maybe anything else. And hey, guess what? It's made in the USA and it's $99. I mean, going through that whole process is the name of the game. And obviously we've seen that small music stores have probably had to do that more and more, or maybe you're encouraging them to do that more and more because that's just how business has got to be done now.
There's a guitar company. Can I say a brand name?
Sure.
Tajima. T-A-G-I-M-A.
Oh yeah, very familiar with them. Great
Tajima
guitars.
is the largest guitar and bass manufacturer in Brazil. Okay, when I was told this, I thought, well, pish, who cares? I mean, it's Brazil. We're in the Mississippi, okay? Mm-hmm. Who cares what they're making in Brazil? Wait a minute. Get a dang map. Look at the map. The entire continent of South America is Brazil with a few other countries sprinkled in.
It's huge.
Okay? Yeah. It is Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Look at YouTube videos of South American guitar players. Half of them are playing Tajimas. Okay? Look at the population of Brazil. Look at the land mass that they have. It's equivalent almost to what we have. Not quite the population, but as far as territory, getting pretty close.
Yeah.
And these are serious musicians. They're serious musicians. And they love Tajimas.
Yeah.
Not just because they're homegrown, but because they're quality.
Yeah.
I'm killing my own business by encouraging other people to buy this thing. But listen, I bought a major name brand guitar used the other day. And I bought it for one reason. It's a major name brand. I bought it because if you run your fingers down the neck, it feels like two hacksaw blades. Okay? You understand?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, sure you do. I'm hanging it on the wall with a sign that says not for sale next to 4 Tajimas that look exactly like it. The Tajimas are $249.
Yeah.
This other one new is 7 something.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, yeah, this Tajima emulates this other guitar, but pick them up and feel the difference.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, you're selling. You're selling it, and that's good. And what I've always loved about what you've talked about and what we've talked about in the past is how much you encourage other people to do that as well. You've always been a huge support, and that's why I've always respected you and respected the iMSO because you guys provide the education to be able to allow other people to do that. So that's why we're doing this right now. We're having this conversation because we need to encourage people and let people know that they can do that. They can reach outside the box and they can sell other products that are equally as good but might not be as well known.
Yeah, and kudos to MIRC for pulling this off. You know, and you invited me to do this knowing I don't buy from you every week, right? Or even every month.
You don't buy from us every week?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just killed the whole thing.
Oh, man. Hold on. Cancel this.
Yeah, delete. Where's the delete button? But there have been more than a few times where we didn't have the guitars we wanted. I mean, we just didn't. We couldn't buy that line because it's, $20 billion buy-in and, a $30 billion commitment every year.
Yeah.
And I don't have the market to move that, but I could go to MIRC, okay, and get a reconditioned guitar. Is that a good word? Reconditioned?
Sure, refurbished. Yeah.
Okay, refurbished, reconditioned, retread.
Yeah.
Get that guy the exact same thing from MIRC for a favorably less price. Hang it up in the store, put a used tag on it.
Yeah.
And when people come in, they'll go, "That's used?" Yeah, well, there's a story.
Yeah.
And here's what the story is.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's never been sold. Okay, but it's not new. We're going to call it used. They'll give you a 30-day store warranty on it.
Yeah.
If there's a problem, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay, just like we would any other used item.
Yeah.
We put 30 days on every used thing we sell. Parts and labor.
That's great. It gets people to want to trust you.
Well, money's too hard to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, all music store owners are independently wealthy, and we're just swimming in dollars, right? Okay, that's a flight of fancy. But as store owners, we know that dollars are hard to come by.
Sure, absolutely.
And nobody wants to shell out $300, $400, $800 on a used item and get home and in 2 weeks it dinks out.
Yeah.
Now what do? You bring it back and you got a $200 repair bill.
Yeah.
That's not right.
No.
Put 30 days. This is advice from an old guy. Put 30-day parts and labor warranty on every used thing you sell and put it in writing. It's a no-hassle guarantee.
Yeah.
We have pre-printed cards that say that. We hang on every used item in the store. Okay?
That's great.
And we run through our shop. We got any questions or doubts, our shop does the setup. We restring everything. Everything.
Yeah.
I don't care how good the strings look.
Yeah.
New strings. And not the low-end budget strings that came over on the slow boat. Quality, brand name strings. And we hang a tag on the guitar that says the brand and the gauge of strings we put on there. Really cool thing. Another brand name, DR Strings.
Yeah.
You buy DR Strings and tell them you're going to use them for shop strings. They will send you cool little tags with their logo.
Really?
Where you can check,
Okay.
tight fit or high beams and the gauge. And hanging on the guitar, it looks so professional.
Yeah.
I mean, it knocks you up a notch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Call Anthony at DR Strings. Say, send me some of those little restring tags and send me a few boxes of strings. It makes you look professional.
Yeah, it really does. So, Allen, you've always been an encourager. What's one, before we wrap this up, what's one more thing you would say to encourage people? It's 2021. You've said that multiple times during our conversation. What's one more thing you would say to encourage people?
Okay,
right
two
now?
things to remember.
Yeah.
Number one, if you're having inventory problems, if you're having supply problems, realize you're in the exact same boat as every other retailer on this this country. This is not unique to you.
Yeah.
There's not a big supply of stuff out there that they're withholding from you.
Some conspiracy.
Yeah, it's not like that. Everybody's got the same problem. The good news is you can address that by putting in your POs, talking to your reps, emailing your reps, bug your rep. Remind them that you're alive. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah.
Okay? Your second thing, if you're an independent store, you're a small business, you've got flexibility and leeway that the big guys don't have. If a guy's got 12 stores, it takes him quite a while to make a decision and move and change with the flow. All you have to do is say, let's do this. Okay? Don't be afraid to do it. If what you're doing is not working, then do the other thing, even if you have to make up what that is. If the first thing's not working, it's not going to be any worse with the second one, but at least you tried.
Yeah.
You ain't married to what you're trying. If it doesn't work, drop it and do something different. Last word, join the iMSO. Because we talk to, it's only store owners. We talk to each other. We help each other with problems. We know who's got the product, who doesn't have the product. We know what the outlook is. When there's a new trend, you're going to read about it in iMSO. And one of the best things ever. One of the best things ever. Sorry, that's my wife's boyfriend. Don't pay attention to him. One of the best things ever.
Yeah.
A store will hear that the XYZ company is making a killer product and it's got a good profit margin. And they got no idea. They can't find them on the internet. they'll go into the iMSO forums and say, hey, can anybody tell me how to get in touch with XYZ? 5 guys will pop in. I use guys generically. It could be women, men, whatever. It's not a gender thing. It's a person thing.
Yeah.
5 guys will pop in and go, oh, yeah, this is my rep. Here's his phone number. Call it.
Yeah.
He'll tell you who to call for your territory.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, that more people need.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's the greatest hand-holding organization on the planet.
Yeah.
You know,
How can people find the iMSO? What's the website?
The website is musicstoreowners.com.
Okay.
Real simple.
Musicstoreowners.com.
Musicstoreowners.com.
Okay.
And there's a link on there somewhere that says join iMSO.
Mm-hmm.
It's very short form you fill out. Basically, if you've got 4 stores or less and you don't do 50% or more of your sales online,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a real brick and mortar store,
Mm-hmm.
you're not selling out of your basement, you got posted hours, you know, you're
Yeah.
a real viable brick and mortar entity,
Yeah.
we want you in there. I don't care if you're doing $20 million a year. That's how much you do is not part of it. If you're a one-man shop, that does not disqualify you. That doesn't disqualify you. It makes you eligible
Yeah.
because you're a one-guy shop. You know, if all you're doing is repairs and rentals and you're selling guitar strings, excuse me, because that's all your town will support so far,
Mm-hmm.
join. You're going to learn tricks, secrets that will let you progress and grow and do more things. Do things outside the normal vein of your business
Yeah.
that are profitable. And that's what we need. We need profit to help us stay in business, have a comfortable life so we can live the dream. Isn't that what we're all trying to do?
That's right. That's right. Alan, thank you so much, man.
Pass the collection plate and say amen.
Amen, man. Ian, I need a 20 in the collection plate.
20 ain't going to get it, brother. Yeah, the 20 ain't going to get it, brother.
Yeah.
Pull out the Franklins. Speaking of Franklin, that's where MIRC is located, right?
That's right, Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So,
And people can come visit you, can't they?
they can by appointment. We like appointments, so we're not surprised. So, but
So you
we've
clean
always
you clean the glass and sweep the floor, right?
Yeah, that's exactly, and get the coffee warm.
There you go.
Yeah, we've always wanted to support iMSO. So any music
We
store in the
appreciate
iMSO that needs guitars and needs support, we'll be glad to give us a call, and we'll support
It's
them
not
as best
just
we can.
guitars either.
Oh yeah, I mean guitars, we got basses, we've got amps.
Bluegrass instruments.
Bluegrass instruments, yeah. So just a lot of stuff, and in fact, we're carrying a new line that got released last November called Nashville Guitar Works.
Cool.
So we have a full line of acoustics and a line of electrics and basses, and it's pretty awesome. So this just turned into a commercial for MIRC.
But you know what? You just talked about educating everybody.
Yeah,
If you don't know about MIRC, you need to check it out.
yeah,
And remember the iMSO, because you need to know you're not in this by yourself.
yeah. That's right.
You got friends you hadn't met yet.
Yeah. Allen McBroom from Backstage Music. Man, always appreciate it when you come talk to us.
You guys are so great. Nate and Ian, y'all make our world spin, man.
Well,
Thank
good.
you.
Man, I'm glad to hear that. So let's catch up again.
Sure.
Even if it's this time next year, let's try to catch up again and keep the conversation going.
Let's do it. Come see us. I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Okay. I would love that. Maybe 2. I drink a lot of coffee.
I'll get you one. You're on your own with the second.
Okay. All right, Alan. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for listening to the Music Retail Show.